Hello and welcome to our Thanksgiving anime turkey fun little guy painting we're going to be doing today. We are going to be using a few different color paints, not very much, but different colors to bring some vibrancy to our little turkey guy. So we are going to go ahead and use some red, white, purple, yellow, light blue, pink, orange, brown, and black. I think that is all the colors that we're going to be using for today. Also, we want to go ahead and use a large, medium, and small paintbrush, and some paper towels and water to wash and dry our paint bristles so they are perfect for the next step. Okay, well, let's go ahead and begin with our background. I'm going to use my large bristled brush, and I think for this background, I'm going to want our little turkey to be really pop out. So in all of my painting lessons, you will learn shading, highlighting, perspective, and nice, easy shapes and steps to accomplish that. So let's go ahead and grab some yellow paint and a little bit of white paint. Let's just get it on there. Ooh, look at that. Very pretty already. Let's get it all in there. Grab a little white and yellow. At any point of this lesson, you are able to pause your video, take your time. You do not have to go as quickly as I do. Ooh, that yellow is really popping. Go ahead and grab a little bit more white. Really get that on there, cover all the crevices, all the little pieces here. Grab a little bit more white, a little yellow. See that pressure from my paintbrush? I'm really starting to get it inside the canvas so it adheres really well. I'm going to have to add some more white to my paint tray. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Give it a little squirt. Great. Pick up a little bit more white. A little yellow. I'm just creating movement, adding that white and yellow to this background. You can make yours darker than mine, lighter than mine. You can add a little bit more white, a little bit more yellow. Whatever makes you feel happy on the inside, go ahead and do it. You got this. I'm just here to guide you the way that I created my little anime turkey bird. But you want to go ahead and make it your own piece of artwork. Really adhering that right in there. Yeah, just put a few more streaks of white. Nice paley yellow. How's that looking for you? Is it making you happy looking at that background? Making you feel good inside? Well, that's the way you want art to make you feel. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to let my background dry. If you have a blow dryer, you can go ahead and blow dry it, or you can just let it air dry and come back to the video when you're ready. See you in a little bit. Okay, so now our large paintbrush is dried and wash and dried, and now we're going to use our little paintbrush. Our background is completely dried, and little paintbrush and some white paint. So let's go ahead and grab a little bit of that white paint, and I will guide you step by step, nice easy shapes to draw our cute little anime turkey. So let's start pretty much in the center, right about so. Make a little dot, just bright enough so that you can see it. So now we're going to go ahead and create a little hump here and a little hump curvature rainbow line, curve line, just like that. Almost like a bird, a little beach bird or letter M shape. Perfect. So underneath that, we're going to go ahead and let's start in the center, create a nice big circle for your eye, and just connect. And under this one, leave a little space, nice curved line, and connect. Okay. And just smooth that out a little bit. Perfect. Next step we want to do is the beak. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little, probably like a little curved, a little bit to the left eye here. And just make a little curve for the first part of my beak. Now I'm going to go ahead and create another curved line. I'm just going to swing it back this way. So what I want to do before I do that, grab a little paint. I'm going to make a curved line, leave a little space, and a curved line just this way. So we're going to connect the point of the beak to this line. Ready? Just go up a little bit, down, and attach. Perfect. You got the first part of your beak done. Underneath, we're going to make a little curved line at the tip of the beak, just like this, and bring it right up and attach. Great. Now go inside and just follow that shape. Just another little hook here and bring it right over. Okay, so the next step that I want to do is I am going to make another little dot above this line. This will be the top of my turkey's head. And I'm just going to make another little M shape here. Curved line that way and another curved line this way. Pretty bright and sunny. Looks like he's wearing glasses. Okay, so now what I want to do is I am going to bring this line down just slightly outside of the eye, and this line down slightly under that eye. Remember, you can pause the video, and it's just paint. There are no mistakes in art. Whatever comes out of you is going to be amazing. So now I want to go ahead and connect my beak to my face, and I want to give it a little roundness. So I'm going to go right around here. I'm going to go up, out, and attach. And on this side, make the line a little bit lower because its head is tilted a little bit. Out and attach. Perfect. Now we have our head done for the turkey. The next part, I'm going to go ahead and make his little shoulders. So let's bring this out right at the cheek there. Align this way and align this way. And right around here, bring it in a little bit. Bring a couple of dots. We're going to make his whole belly area. And I'm just going to swish it, like make a U shape. So I'm going to go, you can make your belly as big or as little as you want it to be. Super cute. just a touch. Now this is going to be his outside part of his wing, so I'm going to go ahead and just give it a little wiggle shape here. Down and another wiggle shape and just connect again. I want to make the opposite side, the underneath side of his wing. So I'm just gonna, probably want it to end right around here. Just give it a little wiggle line. Just little wiggles and attach. I want it to end right around here. Give it a little wiggle. Out and attach. And we'll be filling everything in with the paint afterwards. So at the bottom part of his leg here, I'm going to put a dot here and a dot here just so I can space it out. And just make line and wiggle and up. Line, wiggle, and up. We'll go ahead and draw his feet, and I think in this I have, let's see, a line down here and a line down here, and we're going to fill that all in with the paint later. And I'm going to bring his toe up and out. This one will go just straight like that with a little angle, and fill that in. Looking great. And let's see a little bit part of his other toe. We'll go like that and down. So up and down. And on this foot, I'm going to have one come out this way. Just straight out like that. And I'll have one to a little angle going out this way. And the little one like so. Super cute. Okay, I can't wait to see this turkey bird come together. Now I'm going to go ahead and wash out my little paintbrush. Dry my bristles. And I am going to go in with my medium paintbrush now. And I am going to do a little mixture here. I'm going to do a little scoop of white with my paintbrush, put it in a nice clean section, and grab a little pink and just mix that together. Get all those swirly colors blended really nice. And then what I like to do to get some of that paint off of my bristles is I place my brush down and just squish out that paint. So you just give it a little roll. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in the whole head and around the eyes and the beak. So I'll just start in the center. Just going to bring that pretty pink color, fill around those white lines. You can go right over it too if you like. Just pick up the paint as needed. It's okay if your white paint is still a little wet, it just blends right in, creating shadows and highlights as you work. I'm going to go over the top piece of the head as well. I really love this pink color. And you just mix your paint color till you feel that it's dark enough or light enough how you like it. I like to lighten it up at least a little bit because we're going to be doing some darker shades of pink. Just going right around those eyes, right through the center here. You can send me pictures of your work at any time. I love to see all the work that my artists do, and I will comment on every picture. Just going right over those white lines here. Okay, now I'm going to just tap right into the regular pink, the dark pink, and go right over the top of the head. Just swooshing that all over. Just outlining with that darker pink down at the bottom, creating a little shadow here, and in the center of the eyes, go ahead and add some of that dark pink, and we can add a little bit more later as well. Let that darker pink go right around the eye. Gonna have some nice anime fun eyes for this turkey. Okay, we're gonna wash off those bristles. The next step I want to do is, I'm still going to use my medium brush, and I'm going to go into my brown paint. Now I'm going to mix my brown paint with a little white. Let's see, give that a little wiggle there. Not too dark. There. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in all of his belly, underneath the beak area, underneath the face. Just go right over those white lines. Not too much paint. You want to go ahead and... Acrylic paint works really well with more layers on it, so you can always keep adding once it's dry. But you really want the molecules inside the paint to adhere to your canvas, so I always like to just not use too much. Just spread it out off of my bristles until there's no more paint. I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit more, a little bit of white, a little bit of brown, give it a wiggle, and just swoosh it on. Nice brush strokes, swooshing it right off those bristles. See, I'm just going in a curved motion here, giving the shape of his belly. Picking up the paint as needed. On the little part of his leg here, you can go ahead and make those brown as well. Just fill that right in. On both of his little legs here. So just stroking these brush strokes down nice and straight, making it a little furry. See how it's just coming out a little bit? Super cute. Now I'm going to pick up some orange at the same time, just a little bit. I'm going to go right over that. Right over and all that brown. Creating some beautiful colors here and dimension. Curve brush strokes here, showing the shape of his feathers. And down curve this way. Nice, pretty colors. I'm going to go into my brown paint. Just make sure I have a nice darker brown again. And I'm going to go on those top feathers that are right under his cheeks. Those two spots. Go ahead and fill that area in. Remember, you can pause this video at any time, and all artists work at their own pace. So you can stop and pause and see how I'm just curving that down. Just brushing that right over. Smooth it out. Super cute. I'm going to wash off that medium paintbrush. Dry my bristles nice and dry so they'll be ready for the next step. And I want to go in with my little paintbrush now. And I'm going to take some of that brown paint, give it a little wiggle in there. And I'm going to go ahead and make some nice lines. So right over, these are going to create shadows. So once they dry, we're going to put some more pink over it and it's going to look amazing. So I'm going to go right over this eye, just like that, and just like that, creating that very first shape that we made. You don't need too much paint on your bristles, just enough. I'm going to just make a smaller one now. See how I went in and out. In and back out. So cute. I'm also going to do another one right here, just right above the cheek, just right under the eye. One little one here and one little one here. Let's go and make this right around the eye. These are really going to make your eyes pop out after we put another layer of pink on it. You're just following the shape of that eye. Just a little bit, maybe halfway down should be good. And then right in the middle, 1 and 2. Super cute. And go ahead and wash off that paintbrush. And now I'm going to go into my red paint and I'm going to do the inside of the mouth area here. So right inside, go ahead and take your red paint and just fill that in. It's going to be the inside of your turkey's beak. If you need, you you can wet your brush a little bit if it is not, if the paint is too thick or too dry. There we go. Now it's really starting to spread out there for me. Okay. When you finish the inside of your mouth, you can go ahead and wash and rinse off those bristles and dry them. I'm going to go back in with my medium paintbrush. And I'm going to pick up my orange paint now and fill in that beak area. I'm going to pick up a little orange and just spread that in. Oh, these colors are just so fun. Very, very pretty. Just go ahead and fill that right in. The top part of your beak. And then the bottom. Just go right up to the red. If you need to switch your brush and use your little brush to get a little closer to the red, that is fine as well. And then we'll give that another couple of coats later when it dries. Great. And I'm going to go ahead and rinse that medium brush off and dry my bristles again. Now I'm going to go into my black paint. Actually, let's do the light blue first. Medium brush, the light blue paint. We're going to get these other feathers underneath. Remember these, can't forget these little guys here. Take your light blue. If you don't have light blue, whatever color you have that makes you happy will work just fine. And see how that looks? Take a step back. Perfect. And bring that blue right down to the leg now, right underneath. See how I did that? And just swooshed it right till it looks like it's behind him a little bit. Just dragging my feathers right over that white. Dragging that blue paint. Super cute. And go ahead and do the other arm, the other wing. Swoosh it right down, right to that leg. Nice short strokes, creating that feather motion. So glad I decided to do the yellow for this background because I think it really made all the other colors pop. Great. And go ahead and wash off the blue from your paintbrush. And don't worry if it's streaky because we're going to be doing more layers of paint on there as well. Now I am going to go ahead and pick up a little bit of black paint and fill in my eyes. Completely fill in my eyes here. Be nice and careful. And if you need to turn your painting around so you can reach your eyes better, you can go ahead and move it any way you like. And just filling in all of that inside circle here. And then the other eye. We're going to let all of these colors dry. And take a look back and look at your eyes and make sure you like the balance. It's always good to take a step back and get a different view. You don't need too much black paint, just enough to fill in those areas. Great. And let's go ahead and wash that off. We're going to give our little turkey toes a nice coat of orange paint. I'm going to go ahead and use my small brush for this next step. I'm going to pick up a little bit of white and a little bit of orange and just go right in and fill in. Fill in all those areas. Crookedy old feet here. Fill in my other leg, my other foot with an orangey white mixture. Now we have a lot of our colors of our turkey done. We still have a lot more work to do, but now we have the gist of the colors that we want for our turkey. Okay, let's go ahead and wash off our little paintbrush. And we're going to let this all dry. Check your balance for your eyes. I actually see this eye. I'm going to take a minute. Just want to make this one just a little bit bigger up here. Smooth that out. Excellent. Okay, I'm washing that off. And let's go ahead and let our turkey dry for the next steps that we're going to be adding our back turkey feathers, some highlighting, some shading, and some turkey nails. See you in a little bit. Okay, who's ready to start adding some highlights and some shading in and some nice big turkey feathers? So if your paint's been sitting there for a little while, I like to take my little spray bottle, I just fill it up with water and just give my paint palette a little mixture here. And also I am going to go ahead and add a little bit more yellow paint because I ran out. Go ahead and put that there. Let's go ahead and take our little paintbrush and we are going to grab some black paint and I'm going to start right around here and I'm just going to draw a line. And it doesn't have to be completely straight. We're just going to make lines all around from our turkey and out. From your head and just work your way out. Do another one all the way down. Leave nice space in between. Do another one over here. Just take a little bit of paint. I'm going to start angling it just down a little bit. So if you think it's coming from the back, and then you just fan it out. Right around here. Right around here. These are all going to be beautiful turkey feathers in the back. Probably right, my last ones right around here and here. Perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead with that black paint still, and I'm going to make little toenails. And let's see, make a little nail right here, and another one right here. And one right around here. Just little tiny turkey nails. Okay. And we'll let that dry. Now let's go ahead and outline our beak. So I'm going to outline right around this orange here. And just following, just adding my little shadow lines. Nice little strokes, really defining that turkey's beak. Super cute. And just dragging it, nice little shapes here. And underneath. Really making that beak pop out now. Where the inside of the mouth is, I'm just going to outline that as well. Cute. The next step I want to do is put two little beak holes. I'm going to put one right here, just a little circular dot there, and another one here. Okay, so now that we have our black paint, I'm going to go ahead on the belly area, and I'm just going to go down and up and down and up, just creating that top layer, little triangle curve shapes here till I get to the ends. And I'll just outline very light strokes. Creating nice shadow, separating the legs from the body. All the way up to his face. Create a nice shadow here. Not too much paint, I'm just dusting it. Just dusting. So if you have too much paint on your paintbrush, just take your paper towel, tap it on so there's not too much paint there. I'm going to go underneath that brown feather at the top. Just zigzag back and forth and right over it. Same on the other side. If you need a little paint, just pick a little bit up, tap it on your cloth, and continue all the way around the brown. Nice little dusting, nice little shadow dusting. I'm going to go underneath his leg here, Just give it a little wiggle. See that paint stroke? Just little wiggle. Back and forth. I'm going to go around the blue and do the same thing. Nice strokes for those feathers. You don't have to be straight lines. You want to give it some movement. Same over here. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and wash off my little paintbrush. Actually, I want to go in with just a little bit more black paint. Let's go ahead and give some little detail to your turkey legs. So I'm going to just do little, see how I'm just curving that in? Make it a little darker so you can see. Little curved lines here on each turkey toe. All the way up. So cute. Go right. Curved all the way up to his leg. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. And when that dries, we'll be putting a nice highlight of paint over that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and wash that off. I'm going to take my medium brush and I'm going to go into my blue paint with maybe a little bit of purple here and just pick that up, and I'm going to go right over that blue. Just swoosh it out just lightly. Oh, those colors are popping so well. If you want a little bit more blue, you can add more blue. If you want a little bit more purple, you can add a little bit more purple. And you don't have to see, you don't have to cover everything underneath. You want to see that different dimension of all those colors. So cute. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and right into the brown paint, pick up a little bit of brown. You don't even have to wash off your bristles. And just lightly dust it. Just give it a little dusting. Add on a little bit more color. So cute. And now that we have the brown paint on there, I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit of white and mix a little bit of brown. I'm going to make like tan color. We're going to add some nice highlights on his belly area. And I'm going to go ahead from under the cheek and just a little bit more brown. That's too white. Too light. See how I'm just lightly curving and just adding a little bit of highlight here, separating those feathers. On this side, I'm going to curve it this way. Pick up a little bit more brown. He's a tough little turkey. He is just so proud. Great. I'm going to pick up that lighter brown and I'm just going to add a little highlight at the top here. That top feather. See, it's so nice and easy to create movement and shading and highlighting. And I'm just going to take that darker brown. I'm just going to go right over the black. See that? So it's not so harsh, but you can still see those nice shadows underneath really popping out. Just go right over those black lines if your lines are dry. If not, you can use a blow dryer to dry them, and pause this video at any time. Okay, maybe I'll take a little orange and a little brown and just same thing with the belly. Give it a little bit more movement here. Just light strokes, leaving some of that undercolor really popping through. Creating that curved brush stroke so you can see that rounded shape there. Maybe pick up a little bit more orange. So cute. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just pick up some, make sure your feet are dry, and just go right over the orange, right over those black lines that you created. And if you want to use your little brush, you can go ahead and switch to your little brush as well. Except for the toenails, I'm just going over the orange leg area, not the toenails. Right over them. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of that brown because I noticed a little spot here. I'm just going to go over the black areas as long as it's dry. Go right over it, creating a nice shadow. Super cute. Now at this point, those lines are nice and dry that we had on the pink. So let's go ahead and wash off our medium paintbrush. And I'm going to go ahead with my pink paint. And I'm going to, the dark pink, and I'm just going to go ahead and go right over those brown lines. Oops, a little dry, give my pink paint a little swoosh, a little squirt there. And just go right over it. Just the top part of the face, right over those brown lines. And it just makes it look like it's nice, indented, increased, nice shading. Just want to make sure it's nice and dry. Perfect. I'm going to take a little white and a little pink, and I'm going to give them a nice swoosh, nice and light up here. And fan that out. Little pink, little white. Go ahead and give it a nice little coat. Works so wonderful with different layers. Oops, little pink, little white. Layers of acrylic paint. I just really love it. So cute. Can't wait to paint his eyes in. That's the best part. Okay, so now this pot should be nice and dry. Let's go ahead and take our little paintbrush and some red paint. I'm going to give him his little giblet here. Just give it a little wiggle. Add a little white so it really pops. Give it a little wiggle. Give it one nice white highlight there. And you can make your little gobbly thing here. You can make it as big as you like. There are no mistakes. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead now with my medium paintbrush. I'm going to grab a little bit of blue just on the tips. Just on the tip of my brush like that. Just on the tips. I'm going to glide it right over that purple. Ooh, look at that. Look at how that just comes together so pretty. Just on the tips and just glide it right over that purple and blue here. All those deepness of colors and the feathers. Super cute. Okay, so you want to make sure your lines are dry that you drew in the background. If not, go ahead and use your blow dryer and dry them up, or you could pause the video and let it dry as well. So I'm going to rinse off my medium paintbrush, and I can't wait to make these feathers because they're so fun and such fun movement. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit of orange, a little bit of yellow, and as long as your line is dry, I'm going to start here and just wiggle. See how I'm wiggling back and forth? Look at how easy that is, right? So fun. A little bit more yellow and a little bit of orange this time, and just wiggle back and forth. Make your feathers as big or small as you want. So cute. Pick up a little yellow, maybe a little red this time, and just wiggle back and forth, spreading it out. Maybe add a little bit of red to this one. Have fun with it. Make it your own. Make all your colors unique for you. And this one here, I'm just going to go ahead and just wiggle it back and forth all the way to the end. You know, pick up a little yellow, a little orange, spread that too as well. So cute. A little bit of orange, or maybe I'll even put a little touch of brown in it. See, I'm just tapping it right on the tip. Little brown, little orange, little yellow. Let's see what this creates. Oh, I'm loving these colors. Maybe add a little bit of that here. Maybe a little bit here. Be creative with it. You don't have to be just like me. You want it to be just like yours. Do a little orange and a little yellow on this one. Just wiggle it back and forth. Pick up a little red on this. So fun. Maybe put a little red on this one here. So cute. Here's another red one here. Look at those colors just blending out so pretty. And a little more here. Take a step back, look at it, make sure it's the way that you want it to be. I'm going to pick up a little orange and a little yellow. Just wiggle it back and forth. Put a little touch of red in that, just a little bit. Maybe I'll even pick up a little purple. Put a little purple in there. Why not? Just a little. Making some abstract art on these feathers. Oh, maybe I'll pick up a little white, a little red, a little orange. Put it over this one. Well, that's pretty too. You can keep going over them until it's how you want it to be. Pick up a little more orange on this one. Just wiggle it back and forth. Boy, he's really nice and full. Nice, big, beautiful turkey feathers. Pick up a little orange, a little yellow, a little white, and wiggle. Put a little bit of that over these feathers as well. So cute. Okay, so now the next step that I want to do is rinse off that. We'll let those feathers dry up a little bit. If you want to add more colors to your feathers when those dry, you are more than welcome to do that and create your own beautiful feathers. I'm going to take my little paintbrush and some black paint. Not too much black paint. I just want to give it a little scroll here so there's not too much on there. I'm going to go ahead and outline the head now. Just go right around that pink area, all the pink. Just really, really going to pop out now. So cute. And just following that pink that I created. So you can tell that his back turkey feathers are really behind him. So you're creating some dimension. I just want to give this another little coating here underneath his beak. Right around that beak area. give it a little, nice little more shading here. And I'm going to do a little black right in the center of the red inside his mouth. Just a little swoosh there. So cute. Let's go ahead and wash off the little paintbrush, and now we can work on his beautiful eyes. Dry your bristles off. Make sure your eyes are nice and dry. So the first part, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into my white paint, and I'm going to do my first highlight here. Give a little dot here and another little dot here. So cute. And I'm going to give it a little swoosh right here and a little swoosh right here, making these cute anime eyes. And now I'm going to go ahead from the sides of his eyes, and I'm just going to follow right in between the pink and the black, creating that nice highlight here. How cute is he? And on the other one, same thing, just going to follow between the black and the pink. Make sure your painting is dry, your eyes are dry at this point. If not, just go ahead and just pause the video and wait a few moments. So cute. I'm going to take a little bit of white and mix a little bit of blue so it's not so white and not so blue. And I'm going to go another little swoosh right here on top of that. Just a nice, well, maybe a little bit more blue. There you go. And another little swoosh under here as well. Check for balance. So cute. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take my little paintbrush again. And I want it just to pop out a little bit more. So I'm going to go into my pink paint. Let me go ahead and give it a little spritz of water there. And around this beak area, your black line should be dry. I'm going to go in with that darker pink. Just going to go around that, right around with the darker pink, creating a shadow that, if I'm going to go ahead and mix a little red in it, just a little bit. Make it a dark pink. So it'll make it look like his beak is really set into his face. So cute. Okay. Wash and dry that off. Just going to go over that white again and really make it pop. The whites of his eyes, just making that pop. And now I'm going to go ahead and give him a little swoosh on the tip of his beak because he's got a nice little highlight there. I'm going to add a little white and orange just to lighten up that area. So cute. And now I'm going to go ahead and wash my little paintbrush off again. And we're going to give them nice tuft of feathers on the top. Little tuft. A little patch of feathers. So I'm mixing some white with my blue. I want to make sure the feathers behind them are dry. And I'm going to go right around here. I'm going to make shoo and a shoo. Just like that. Take a little bit more paint. Just fill that in now. So cute. Oh, looks like my black paint's not that dry yet. So I'm going to let that dry for a moment. And I'll take my black paint and I'm just going to go right under these feathers that we created some more. See how I'm just giving it a little, nice little feathery motion. Just a little bit. You don't need much paint at all. I'm going to go right around. Just gliding it down to the bottom. And do the other side. So cute. I also want to go underneath this little goblet here. I'm just going to do a little bit of black. Really make that pop out for you. See on this inside here, you could do it as well. Just a light one right at the top. And I really want to make this area here really pop. So I'm going to take some of that orange paint with my medium brush. And I'm just going to glide it. Just glide a few little strokes. Oh my goodness, how pretty is that? Really makes it pop out so nicely. Okay. I'm going to go over and work on that patch of hair one more time. Grab some blue and some white, mix it together, and go right over that top. See, happy accidents. That black paint worked for a great shadow for me. You can go ahead and just add a little bit of black in there just to really make that pop. So cute. I'm going to take that little bit more dark regular color pink paint and give it a little good squirt here. Last coating for this eye, a little bit of that dark pink. I'm still going to go right around. Look at that. How pretty that makes it pop, right? Just a swoosh all the way around. Right up to the top here. And give it a little swoosh on his cheeks. So cute. Go in with my blue and just give it a little bit more. Really make that blue pop out. So cute. And I'm going to just take a little dusting of black and just go right underneath. Just a little bit. You don't need too much. Right in that V area. Looks like he has a little mohawk. Well, thank you so much for joining me in painting my Thanksgiving turkey. And you can go ahead and sign your painting. I'm just going to sign mine right around here. I'm just going to put artsy. And you can sign your paintings on the back or the front, wherever you like. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.